Hiya. Um, so I thought about what my next video should be, and years ago I wrote a book called How to Get Over Your Ex in 30 Days, and it's something that I've always wanted to share, and I've never had any tie with what that outcome may be, other than hopefully to help women and men if they want to get over an ex-partner or someone that they're carrying around with them, or that they feel that they can't move on with their lives for whatever reason. So basically, I know that times like this almost gives us so much time to reflect, and it's really painful. So I thought that by giving people some kind of structure, it might help someone. So 5 years ago, my relationship of 10 years broke down. It was a really, really painful time. And just in a really quick succession of things, I lost a lot. And I was in so much pain, and everyone that I spoke to said, "Oh, you just need time, you need to give it time." And when you break up with someone, it feels like you have been punched in the stomach, or your whole stomach has been ripped out. And you know that feeling when you fall out with a friend and you feel physically sick? It feels like that times 100, and you almost feel like it's a physiological pain. Your whole body feels the pain, and obviously everyone experiences that differently. Some people feel it in their throat. I very much felt it in my stomach, but I thought, I cannot feel this pain for a year. And some people said, oh, it's a month for every year you were together, or you know, all this kind of stuff. And I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to know, I wanted a plan. I needed a plan. So I wrote myself one, and I'm not saying that you know, we're not here to fix you. You're not broken. I'm not saying that you, after 21 days, there's going to be some kind of miracle. Well, maybe. But what you need to do in a time like this is essentially shift your focus from everything centered around them, around getting them back, around what you did wrong, and all of this stuff. And essentially what you need to do is refocus, and that refocus has to come back to you. So I wrote this book. I haven't had the opportunity to get it out there. I've had a few people speak to me about it, but it's always been quite a costly process. So I thought I'll do it with the tools that I do have. I have also written a almost like a journal that goes alongside it. So there's worksheets that you can either download and write and print yourself and write on, or you can use the prompts in your own journals. But it's all colourful and cute and pink. So yeah, if you want them, again, just send me your email, and I can send them over. But here we go. If you know someone that needs to get over their ex and is just desperate for some kind of guidance, or someone that's been through it that can tell you, I promise you, it will be the best thing that has ever happened to you. And I can say that with complete conviction, because I know it, because I lived it. And I am so grateful now to all of the sequence of events that happened. But at that time, it was the most pain that I've ever experienced in my life. And grieving someone and grieving a marriage and a loss like that, is really, really painful. But you know, when you go through grief and that other person's still alive, and it's also a rejection of you, you don't just have to deal with grief. You have to deal with the fact that for some reason somebody made you feel like you were not enough. And that, of course, isn't necessarily the case. Of course you are enough, but at that time, that's how you feel. Anyway, so I would love anyone that needs this to just join in with me. I've said I'm going to do it over 30 days, but I've just finished a 21-day challenge. Deepak Chopra's, cheers Deepak. He's amazing. And then I thought, well, maybe I should do it in 21. So this may evolve. This may get shorter. It may get longer. But I've recorded the first 7 days. Well, actually I haven't. I'm recording the first 7 days today. This is recording number 1. So day number 1, everyone that doesn't need this, you can jump off now. Those of you that do need this, stay on. Okay, right, let me find my notes for you. Right. Breathe. So, the number one thing, and I do know this by the back of my hand, and I really shouldn't need to look at my notes because I literally lived it. But anyway, the number one thing that we have to do today, the number one thing we have to do is decide you want to get over them. Because so often, before you've made that decision, you are still holding so much space for them. And it's almost like, if I shut that door, who am I? If I shut that door, I can't go back. And that's almost a scary thing in itself. And so much of that is to do with you seeing yourself as part of that person, and you kind of have merged your identities into either longing for someone if they're still, you know, if they're still around, or like if I really let go of that person, I'm terrified of that, and that's really decision number one. So day number one, what you need to do is decide, do I want to get over him or her or them, sorry. So what I need you to do today is have a real think, get a journal, get a piece of paper, get a notebook, whatever it is you need to, a laptop, and I need you to write what happened, like a story of what happened. I'm just scrolling through my notes. Who is this person? Why do you need to get over them? If you need to get over them, why do you need to get over them? Why do you want to get over them? Did they do something? Did you do something? Was it lots of little things that caused the relationship to break down? Whatever the reason is, I need you to find it and I need you to hold on to it, okay? So day one is choosing, and I'll explain to you why that's so important. And I know it sounds like a simple thing, and of course it is a simple thing to make the decision, but the problem is, before you make the decision, you cannot walk in any direction because you are constantly torn between this way and that way. If you're deciding, oh, I should get over him, but I really can't, but I should, but I can't, you're constantly in this state of being stuck, yeah? The minute you make the decision, we have a direction to walk in, and then it is literally a case of us putting one foot in front of the other, day by day, marginal gains, and just slowly getting to where you need to get to. But number one is we need to have that goal in sight. I am going to get over my ex, and this is the end of that. I'm closing that door, and I want this, yeah? Because you can't pull yourself in two directions for the rest of your life. I mean, you can if you want, but do you want to? Because if you want to, of course, carry on. But if you don't want to, number one, you say it out loud, say it with me. I am going to get over my ex in 21 days, 30 days, whatever Jen decides. I'm just joking. 30 days. We're giving ourselves 30 days. In a month, I am going to be over my ex. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, good. So this week's worksheets, let me message you. I'm keeping it short and sweet because I feel like that's the best way, right? But number one, decision. And I feel like I should get the worksheets up, should I? Maybe I should. Wait there. Let me get them up for you. Let me get them up for you. Do you love my levels of preparation? Right. Awkward singing, awkward singing. Right. Day one. So I wish I could share my screen with you, but what I'll probably do is maybe I'll put it in my stories, and then if you think, oh yeah, I fancy that, just send me an inbox. So getting over my ex workbook, day one. Why? Yeah? Why? I mean, we talked about that a minute ago, but why do you want to get over them? So there's a little space for you to write about why you want to get over them. Also, obviously, if you don't want to do this and you just want to write it down, do so as well. But why you want to get over them, what purpose does not letting go serve you? So what is it that is keeping you in? Is it that you think, oh, you know, if I don't completely let go, we might potentially get back together? Is it that you think, I love him so much and I'll never love anyone else again, and I quite like playing this role of like the sad, you know, people are nice to me because I'm so sad, whatever it may be, yeah? So then the other bit in the workbook is fast forward 5 years. What will life look like if you don't get over him? What will you look like in 5 years' time if you've just spent the last 5 years doing what you've been doing? Are you going to be happier? Probably not, right? And the last bit on this page was, how do I want to feel? So how do you want to feel at the end of these 30 days? I want to know how you want to feel. Write it all down, okay? And then the next bit, why I've decided enough is enough. And of course, all of this, I'm telling you things to do, but please pick and choose what feels right to you. But you have to decide, okay? Why I've decided enough is enough. What will happen if I delay this by 3 months? What could happen in the 3 months if I start today? Okay, so that's in day 1, and I'll send it to you if you want me to. But today is about conviction, and we really, really cannot execute anything in life unless we make a decision. And the decisions in our life are what define the rest of our actions, yeah? So we might make this decision, and by doing so, it has a cascading effect. It's like a bit like jumping in a river, being a poo stick and throwing a poo stick in the river, and you're just going to get thrown in lots of different directions. But surrender to it, yeah? Accept that today I'm making a change, and my one deciding factor is I am getting over my ex in 30 days. And you can join me, tag me in anything, tag your friends that this is relevant to, and we can do it together. Not that I need to now. I've done my work. I'm just putting that out there that I'm not single. Yeah, decide. Deciding to let go is the hardest thing. But once you've decided, we're deciding, I'm with you, I'm holding your hand through this, we're jumping in that river together, we're facing the rapids like little poo sticks that we are, and we're going in it. We're going hard, yeah? It's going to be better. I promise you that this is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. But you absolutely need to say that with conviction. So I want you to say, 1, at the end of this, I want you to say, I'm getting over my ex in 30 days. And 2, I want you to say, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. Whatever the circumstances may be. And I absolutely appreciate that it may not feel like that right now. But I need you to know that it is going to be. As long as you say it, your brain will execute all of the, your subconscious will execute all of the behaviour that supports those things. And the first time you say it, it's a bit like walking through a field. You walk through a field, you have a little imprint, it doesn't really leave a path. You walk through it enough times, you create a neural pathway, yeah? The same as if you walk through that path every day, and loads of people did, and loads of thoughts do, yeah, you create a pathway. If loads of people start going down there, they'd build a little road. People start driving down there, they create a highway, and your behaviour around that will support all of those things. So it is the best thing that ever happened to me, that person breaking up with me, and I am going to get over my ex in 30 days. Got it? With me? Yes. Right. Thank you very much. Sorry. Why am I sorry? Oh my God, stop saying sorry.